banana. We're just caressing himself.
Alright, so last time on Pandora's Gauntlet, Part 1, the group had come to with the help of Barrett and Peleus, who gave the antidote to the unconscious party and saved their lives. The information that was given to both Barrett and Peleus was that a man in red and black armor was actually the one who had knocked them out. To Peleus's and Barrett's surprise, they already know who that is. The same man who had offered to look after their unconscious allies in exchange for finding the box. Who is this man, and why would he do that?
Someone's gonna go in.
The group continued on through Pandora's Gauntlet, part because that was the only way left for them to go, and part because Ishikoza Saizo has also gone down this way. They began down the path, and after dodging many a trap through the guidance of Regdar, they came across a large gap in the steps, that below they heard a voice, silently and weakly yelling for help. Peleus bravely descended with the help of Etienne and Maneth, and he found Raja, the raccoon Henjei-Okai, who had been trapped down there for weeks and couldn't get out. After rescuing Raja began to travel along with them to help them escape the dungeon. They entered into this very large open chasm in the earth that was naturally lit by a fungus or moss growing on the ceiling of this very large domed underground area. And inside there was a very large coliseum. They all attempted to enter at once. Well, sorry, first Maneth tried to enter, and it immediately sealed behind him, opening a separate door. The rest of the group tried to get in afterwards, and in the process, Etienne's arm was severed, and him and Veliana were sealed outside the Coliseum.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, you'll find out, I hope, this session. After first braving the lava-filling rooms with the brittle rocks along the walls to climb on, Barrett was almost singed alive in the pools of lava. Everybody else seemed to do okay. They made it through to the next room, with the next challenge of a very narrow path, slippery, where Regdar alone went to the left, and the rest of the party went to the right.
Thanks, motherfuckers.
Whatever.
Regdar smoothly made an entire circle around this trapped and rigid walkway, whereas the party on the other side did not have too much luck. Both Maneth and Raja fell off. Peleus and Barrett proceeded to the end, and after Regdar heard of his allies falling, he rushed back, and with the help of Peleus, attempted to save both Maneth and Raja. But, at that time, there was a fiery explosion as the gas below in the pit was ignited, and both of his allies lay dead. Doom encircled around Peleus to admire the work of the show he had performed. Peleus tried to pray, and realized that his prayers are intercepted when Doom is nearby. So he distracted Doom by telling him to go eat their livers down below. Doom then began to eat Maneth's liver down in the pit, which gave Peleus enough time to pray for his departed friends' souls. This session picks up right there, atop the singed bridge, above the gap, where you still see Doom picking at the liver of Maneth as he makes his way over to Raja. And the final doorway is open at the end, where Barrett alone stands, awaiting Regdar and Peleus to pick themselves up and come back.
Mike?
Yes?
I don't seem to have Barrett in front of me.
I will get it for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So Peleus and Regdar, you are both standing on that path, essentially 80 feet above Doom, and you could see the charred bodies of both Raja and Maneth. And they don't appear to have, his axe arm is really the only thing still intact. All of his gear has been singed and burned up. Same thing with Raja. You can gather that there's nothing salvageable from them, if the thought was to loot their bodies.
No gold?
Not that you could see from up here. You're welcome to scale down in some way to check.
Can I eat Raja?
Is all the gas dissipated?
All the gas is gone. You could actually see down there now that there is a lot of different piles of rubble that almost make little huts or holes that you could gather all those little creatures that were down in the fog are probably living in. But they're all, like, burned out. There's nothing left down there. It's
No
just
living
rock and
creatures?
ash. No living creatures, other than Doom, I guess.
Is there a stairway?
You can roll perception.
That would be some ironic shit.
That is a 29.
Well, the problem is that they couldn't see through the fog, the poison fog. What you see with your 29 is there is actually a ladder on the far side that actually goes all the way down the 80 feet. You'll have to jump to be able to reach it, but you could still get to it and climb down without a problem. You'd effectively be jumping 20 feet to a ladder.
Alright, I'm gonna go around and go for it.
Just need an athletics. As long as you don't botch, you're okay.
Oh, you
I
know,
didn't.
I thought that was a 1.
I was
It's
hoping.
a 30.
I got really excited very quickly.
Start off the session really
You're a
hurt.
jerk.
Whatever, Rich.
You're a jerk,
I
Nikki.
just want to know one, Rich.
You're a jerk.
You jump across to the ladder. It's actually stone handles the whole way down. So even though you have that soot from the fire burning up on the walls, it's fine. Structural integrity is there.
Alright, I will climb down.
Okay. You climb down.
I will thievery the bodies or plunder the bodies.
Doom is actually still picking at Moneth.
Can I see Doom?
You can see Doom.
Does he look delicious?
Right now he's like on one knee, but he still seems to be about your height. How tall are you?
6 foot.
Yep.
Ragdoll, don't allow him to talk you into giving him your liver.
He's about your height.
Have I ever met him in this life or my past?
You have never met him.
Never met him.
You could roll religion to see if you've heard of him. Well, actually, are you trained in religion?
No. But I rolled a 27.
You haven't heard of him.
History?
You'd have had to be trained in it to know him. He's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
No big deal.
Like, he's not a famous character in primordial religion or history, so...
Alright, so I will walk over and... Who are you?
And you see him scooping in his giant hand, which is almost the size of Moneth's abdomen, and pulling out a piece of a liver. And he looks up at you with these dark, soulless eyes. And he has, essentially, it's just a skull, but with no bottom jaw, and it's just blackness. You can't even see what's behind it. But he looks at you with these soulless eyes. What did you ask him?
Who he is?
I am Doom. And you are Regdar. Are you not? And he stands, now towering at about 10 feet tall.
I am.
It is truly nice to meet you. Your friends have told me much about you.
That's funny, they haven't mentioned you.
Oh, that is unfortunate. You see, someone with your quest for power would surely not appreciate what they have done.
Pray tell, what do you mean?
Are you aware of a phylactery?
A phylacterin?
Which you could roll for Arcana.
I am.
You know that a phylactery is a very powerful... It's like a box that binds a demon and a wizard or a warlock or a sorcerer's soul. And that's really the source of power for this particular magician. This box contains that power. And as long as that box exists, that person is immortal. As well as filled with seemingly limitless power. So you know that that's what a phylactery is.
Would I have a phylactery?
You do not. Your allies had found one, and rather than keeping it for themselves or giving it to you, had chosen to destroy it.
Who was this phylactery? Who did it bind?
It belonged to Victor von Gauntlet, one of the more powerful warlocks on the continent. An old friend, if you will. But alas, your friends are kind enough to allow me the honor of watching your show, as he shoves the remaining liver into his mouth hole. And I do very much enjoy the show thus far.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to just check out my comrades here to see if they have anything I can take with me.
Please, help yourself. Just leave the livers for me.
Thievery?
I don't know if I have him on his sheet, but I don't think he had a lot of gold.
If you get tons.
His gold would have survived. Huh.
He
He had to borrow from you.
He had 14,000, I think.
We'll say Raja had 120 that survived the incineration, and Munith had 20, which I think is a gift, because I don't think he had 20 gold. His axe arm is still intact as well if you would like to take it.
I will.
It is attached though, so you will have to sever it.
I'll just... doesn't it click off or something?
The axe does. Do you want the contraption as well, or just the axe?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll sever the arm, take the whole thing.
You don't have to roll for it. We'll say that, you had something you could just saw off the meat. And while he's eating Raja's liver, he sees you doing it. You're an interesting one.
That's what my mother always said.
Let's see. Perhaps you and I could also come to a sort of accord.
And what are the terms of this accord?
Well, I will keep my conditions similar to that of your friends, in that I wish to reserve the right to indefinitely follow and watch you, until such a time as I release you of this contract, or you die. And in exchange, I could offer you one of two things. Either my aid at any time should you call of me, or... And he lifts his hand, and there is a box, neatly imbued with black mahogany wood, gold trim and a gold handle, that has essentially a miniature of you shaking hands with a miniature of him.
So that would be my, Perpany, whatever it is?
Phylactery.
That's what I was thinking. And how indefinitely will you follow us? Until death?
As I said, until death or until I grow bored of you. But I feel like, with you three, I will not grow bored of you.
Who else have you made a deal with?
Have they not spoken of it?
They have not.
Then I shall not tell you.
I will call over.
Well, Josh is 80 feet above you on a platform. You can still yell.
I will yell. Peleus!
Hi!
It's like we're right next to each other. Doom speaks of you.
Let me come down. I climb down the ladder, post haste.
Barrett!
Your passive perception will hear his yell.
He speaks of you as well.
Who?
Doom.
I don't know, Doom.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You can roll bluff. What's your passive insight?
1,000,000.
19 and 9.
I'm 25.
Barrett doesn't know Doom.
I'm gonna walk over there anyway.
Alright, Barrett and Peleus come down. I would never speak of such a contract by name unless it was true that they wished to be identified. Or if it made the contract terms of another contract, then I would.
Doom has spoken of a contract that the two of you have made.
I didn't make no contract.
He feels differently.
I'm not gonna bullshit you, Regdar. The reason why you are still alive right now is because we accepted Doom's help. He's the one who provided the potion that brought you out of the deep slumber.
And because of this, you have allowed him to watch you travel?
Really fucking nice.
That, as well as the box that we stole from, what was it, Victor Von Gogh?
Von Gogh.
Yeah, we were sent on a sort of a side quest in order to find the ingredients to make the potion. And it was at the estate of Victor Von Gogh, a very powerful warlock. And what we didn't know is that Saizo had sent us on this errand in order to steal the olfactory for himself. But after learning of its power and how strong and powerful the evil, the warlock was, I opted to destroy it. So that way, that kind of evil and power could not get into the hands of someone who is so untrustworthy.
He's not holding out the box anymore, by the way.
So
Like he was not letting them see it.
that was our deal with Doom. He offered us the information of what was in the box, as well as the potion that saved your life, as well as the others in our party. Do I see the box? Is Doom currently holding the box?
He is not currently holding the box, no. So you want to see if it's real?
Yeah. If it's some sort of trick.
Wait, is Doom offering you some sort of contract?
He has spoken of a deal.
What he has told me is that he will watch from afar. He's not a type of demon that gets his hands dirty. He likes to watch as a voyeur of sorts, and then shows up to clean up the livers afterwards.
Oh yes, I also wish for you to retain some livers for me.
Not a part of the original contract.
Your insight into him will tell you that he is telling you the truth, and everything that he offered you is legitimate. I guess you could have used your Arcana check to see if it was real, and it was real.
Okay.
I also am not bullshitting you.
Nah, roll bluff, Peleus. Just kidding.
That wasn't a bluff.
This-
He can roll for insight to see if I'm bullshitting him.
No, you're good.
Look into my eyes, Regdar. You know it to be true what I have said.
Do you believe, Peleus?
I do.
Send them up, jeez.
If you'll give me a moment alone, I would like to say a few words over my fallen friend, Monith.
You just brought us down here.
Yeah, well, I was talking to a freaking 10-foot-tall black guy.
Great, more stuff
They
I
are
gotta edit
taller,
out.
aren't they?
No, he's all black. He's Shadow. Just we've been through a lot. I would just prefer a moment of solitude with him.
Regdar, just know whatever pact you may or may not agree with Doom, it is for the rest of your life.
Well, I hope my life is a long and prosperous one.
As do I. Hear, hear!
Haha, savvy!
I don't like this guy.
Rhaegar?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Alright, so are you guys going back up? You gonna give Rhaegar a minute with his friend?
And I will
I'm
kneel.
gonna go halfway up the ladder and try and listen in.
I will kneel down at Monith's side and offer up a prayer to Bahamut.
Alright, you could roll for stealth, Peleus, and you could just roll for religion. Crit.
24.
Stupid skill check.
That's what happens. We're buddies.
You got a 24?
Yeah.
Okay. Barrett, are you going back up? You're also gonna stay down here?
I'm gonna pray.
Oh, you're just gonna stay there? You're not gonna hide? Okay. You could roll for religion as well. You're playing to Melanora?
But-
Or to Doom?
No, it's a Melanora. Dude's gonna fucking intercept anyway, unless I get like a crit. It's gonna be an 18.
You know how sometimes when you pray you feel a warmth come over you?
Yeah.
You feel like heat come over you.
Heat.
Mm,
That's weird.
yeah.
Is it Doom?
You could gather that it's not Melanora. And he just looks at you, like the corner of his eye. Or black, soulless eye. What are you praying, by the way? Like, what is your thought?
Just for his fallen friend, that's all.
Okay. When you are kneeling, praying for Moneth, you're reaching out to Bahamut, and you do feel the warmth of Bahamut, the familiar warmth of Bahamut, your old buddy. You feel it.
We're all drinking pals. We're all college roommate.
And a voice comes into your head as Doom kneels down across from on the other side of Moneth from you. And you hear a voice in your head. Do you accept? It's a really big hand that comes out before you. As your hands are connected, some of like his black, smoky fog comes along his arm, wraps around yours, from your hand, up your forearm, up your bicep to your chest, and you feel it sink into your skin. And it's not on your clothes, but on your skin, it is actually etched as like a tribal design onto you. And it is the Bind of Doom.
Okay. I'm assuming they all have one as well.
They have them, yeah. Peleus' is very obvious because it's on his fur, so his is really cool. Barrett, I don't know, were you trying to hide your mark in any way?
No.
So Barrett's just strutting around with it. I don't know, I know you wear robes, so it's on your skin.
Like lucid sleeve.
And he gets up, and again you just hear the voice in your head as he looks back over his shoulder towards you. It's in your pack. And he sinks down into the earth.
I will rise up.
Okay.
I continue climbing.
And I climb right up after Peleus.
Okay. All of that, by the way, only Regdar was able to hear. It was just in his head. You would have seen him shake hands, though, so that part you saw. You have no idea what he may have made a deal for. Maybe it was just to say hello. Other than the smoke that then went around his arm. So you guys get up to the top of the ladder, and now if you remember, this room had that whole pathway that went in the full circle around the wall in the middle. You were then able to jump to the door on the inside, which leads to the centermost circle of Pandora's Gauntlet.
Alright, has anyone used any encounter powers or anything? Anyone need healing surges?
I require some healing service.
Yes, sir.
And/or
Let us take a short rest here.
Son of a bitch. I'll get you next time. Next time!
Easy Skeletor.
Great.
Next time on Dungeons & Dragons, the DM fails again.
I didn't fail last time, bro.
Killing Franklin is not a great achievement.
Christina just takes...
Alright. I used 2 healing surges.
Alright, very nice. Barrett, how you doing?
I spent 2 as well.
I spent 0.
Well, you fucking ran the other way by yourself.
I'm fucking Regdar, bro. Some call me Regdar the Immortal.
Some call him the Space Cowboy.
Some call me the Gangster of Love.
Some call me Maurice.
Wow, cause I speak for the pompadours of love. It was a nice short rest. Right, Barrett?
Great news. You're all rested. Congratulations. You are standing in this tunnel doorway looking thing. You haven't really gone too far in because you've just been taking a rest, so when you are ready to proceed, please let me know.
Regdar, I saw you clasp hands with Doom. I hope you made a good decision.
He watches over you. So I figured he might as well watch over me as well.
We're all brothers in doom!
Well, allow us all then to protect each other.
I agree. And when we get out of here, we all need matching leather jackets.
Well, we already have the matching tattoos.
Touché.
Is that not enough for you, Peleus?
What?
Is that not enough for you, Peleus?
What? Why not have a cool embroidered leather coat?
While we're here, I would like to hand the Book of Thrallstay history to Barrett.
Okay. You have been given a book.
Why?
Because I've heard of your great knowledge of Thrallstay, so...
Probably no more than yours.
You might, but I've already read through this book, so I would like to give it to you.
Huh.
To peruse at your leisure.
At my what?
Your leisure. Free time.
Is that like leisure?
It is like leisure, but it's more sophisticated.
You can write it in your inventory. You have the history of Thrallstay novel. What is your Thrallstay? Each of yours. What is
7.
7?
8.
Okay. Were you actually able to read the book?
I was. You told me I read the book and it gave me no new knowledge. That was all stuff that I had known or understood from the other things.
Okay.
But far be it me to keep it if I've already browsed through it.
That's actually very kind of you.
Also, before we continue, how's everyone's health potion situation?
Look at Regdar,
I have
the team
4
player.
health potions and 2 super potions.
I have no potions because I used them all.
Perhaps some of you would like some health potions. I have a bunch.
I don't know if I trust this guy. Can I roll insight?
Yes, you can.
I really have a bunch.
Didn't you buy everything they had
How
left?
many do you have?
I have 28 regular health potions.
He's almost
Holy
encumbered. He carries them by the bucket.
Well,
So I will
I
give away
already have
10.
4,
I will give 6 to Barrett and 4 to you, Peleus.
sounds good.
And the three of
Thank
you...
you, Regdar.
You have no super health potions, Barrett?
No.
I will give you a super health potion as well.
Thank you.
The three of you may roll perception, please.
12.
You got a 2, Mike. There
Finally, I need a 1 from you today.
21. You got a 1 from Nikki.
Alright, Regdar. You hear first the sound of a door rumbling open. And it actually sounds like it's coming from that door you originally entered this room from. And then, at almost simultaneously, the door that you've been sitting in right on this edge is actually plunging closed. They have not noticed.
I will grab the 2 of them by the shirts and jump backwards. Would you like a roll for what?
Acrobatics.
Very acrobatic. A 32.
Okay. As this heavy stone door is plummeting down, you manage to be able to pull both Barrett and Peleus out of its trajectory, pulling them into the centermost circle in Pandora's Gauntlet. One other thing your perception check will allow you to hear is as the door opens, and just as yours is slamming down, you hear a familiar voice. Oh no, there's more.
Veliana.
And then your door is closed. And you guys are left standing in pitch black down this area that you haven't really explored yet.
Some of us aren't in pitch black.
Do you have dark vision?
Blind vision.
From what? Because that's some kind of aura, right?
Spirit of Lyution.
What's the range on it?
Blind sight 1.
Okay. So you can still see 5 feet in every direction. You don't see like you would with your eyes. It's almost like with sonar. You're seeing different shapes.
Okay, I also have my staff that I will light up. Wait, no, before I light up the staff, I will put on my goggles of dark vision.
You have night vision goggles?
I do.
You put on your night vision goggles, and you can see essentially that this hallway goes straight back about 20 feet, and then looks like it opens up into a circular room with no floor that you can see yet.
Do I see anything on the walls or ceiling or anything?
Not in here. It's just an archway of a ceiling.
Alright. I will take off my goggles and light my light on my staff.
Okay.
As I see him light it, I light my axe.
Very nice. You both light up your corresponding implements, and you are illuminating this hallway that you've been sitting in, but now you can see a little further down. It is all a very fine stone. This part seems to be crafted to look entirely different from the rest of the dungeon that you've been through. It is a very light gray stone. It does not appear dirty or dusty or covered in webbing in any way. This place actually seems very clean, as if not many people have been here at all. And if you want to find out more, you'll have to continue your walk down the hall towards that center opening I described to you.
As we walk, I'd like to thank Regdar for saving my ass back there with the falling wall.
It was my pleasure, Peleus. We're in this together.
Gracias,
You're welcome,
Regdar.
Barrett. Fucking angriest monk I've ever met. Second
You are
angriest.
quite a cranky monk.
Second angriest monk I've ever met.
Well, Regdar did meet Stein.
Yeah.
Son's not angry, he's just irritated by everybody.
Some might call that anger.
Except for Peleus. He liked Peleus.
He did like Peleus. And he liked Barrett. He let Barrett take money from him.
And he loved
Yeah.
Drogon.
He did love Drogon, but Drogon died, so it didn't matter. Don't touch my dinky
What can I
motherfucker.
say? Peleus is a lovable kind of guy.
I hope he makes it. Hey.
Yeah, that sounds ominous.
So you guys are just walking towards the opening?
Yeah, you didn't see any traps or anything on the way in, right?
Luckily he didn't check, but you guys kept walking. So you
Well,
guys...
we're gonna check for traps, because what the fuck? What is that, perception, or...?
Dungeoneering. So you're just checking out the area as you're walking.
Oh, it's gonna be a 16.
If you don't say it, I'm assuming that you guys are just walking.
20.
Talking.
26.
Very nice. Between the two of you, you don't notice any traps down this hallway. And when you do get to the end of the hallway, you can see that it is, we'll say, 25 feet in diameter that it opens up to. And the end of this walkway actually just drops off. And it opens up to this 25-foot diameter room that has a ceiling up top. This is the only area you've been in that's had a ceiling yet.
So it's just like a cylinder? Like a well?
Like a spire well going down. And you can't see the bottom from where you are up here with your light.
Alright, I'd like to stop here and turn to both of them and let us...
That shit is like candy, too. It's almost like schnapps. It's not even really like whiskey.
Yeah, it's like Red Hots.
Yeah, hot damn. Something like that.
Alright, before we continue further, I would like the three of us to make a pact with one another. That I know that I will do whatever I can in my power to secure the three of us make it out of this together.
Out of the dungeon?
Out of this whole situation.
Out of the dungeon?
Yes, out of the dungeon.
Wanna roll for insight? Why would you even bring that up? That doesn't make sense to me.
Regdar's an honest guy.
I don't know what to do with this, so...
17.
Whatever. It seems like Regdar is legitimately trying to ensure the three of you make it out.
I will tell you flat out, I will.
He might have been trying to even do something more long term than that.
I will put my life in danger to save either one of yours.
You could gather he's telling the truth. For whatever reason, he would be willing to do that.
I say we three are in this together.
I'll put my hand in.
Which hand?
My doom hand.
yeah, doom hand in. Do hands?
You putting your doom hand in? Oh, Barrett's not putting his doom hand in.
Oh, fucker.
Eric's not playing this game.
Damn.
Motherfucker.
My doom hand rests.
Cuckoo?
Hi, Kukuru.
Cuckoo?
No. We don't like him. He's mean.
He climbs onto Peleus's arm and just sits on there, putting his paw on.
Hey, stop it.
Cuckoo!
No.
My spider and dragonling both put hands in the middle as well.
Cuckoo! He comes back onto you and goes onto your arm. Cuckoo!
No.
Barrett, why do you have reservations in trying to help all three of us get out of this alive?
Cuckoo!
Kukuru says
Did
4.
Kukuru raise a hand?
He said 4.
It was a paw.
Good point. I'm sorry, Kukuru. All four of us out of this dungeon.
Your spider and dragonling do nothing.
Yeah, I would not expect them to.
They're your familiars. They do what you say. Cuckoo.
Fair enough. I know where we stand.
Did you put your hand in?
All right, Barrett. I'm
Barrett.
gonna roll insight.
Suck a dick.
Your insight check will tell you that Barrett has reluctantly put his hand in there and is at least tentatively part of the team.
It was a 21.
What he said.
As he mounts Molotov.
Fair enough. So I will. Is this room lit up? Can we see? We can't see all the way across it, can we? Or can
It
we?
doesn't appear to have an across. It only has a down. And an up, but that has, you can see a ceiling.
Alright, I will put on my dark vision glasses and look around to see if there's any doorway, window, ledge.
It looks like it goes straight down for about 200 feet. The stones that make up the sides of the spire appear to be very, very smooth, almost impossible to climb without gear or a rope or something. Not actually impossible, but it would be incredibly difficult. And obviously falling from this height would be very deadly. Down at the bottom, you could see that there is like a
What's that,
an
20
opening.
D10s?
Yes.
200 feet?
20 D10s. But yes,
God damn.
you can see down at the bottom it does open up. You can't really see from this far away since it is straight down, but you can see that there is some differences on the walls, so you could guess there's an opening.
I will. Is there any, like, dirt on the floor? Or any, like.
Just stone. It's very clean.
Do I have any pocket sand? Pocket dirt?
We'll say you got some dirt in your boot.
I will take off my boot and pour it into my hand. And I will throw some along the sides and down the center.
Just down the hole.
Like, along the sides of the wall and down the center to see maybe if there's, like, an invisible staircase or something.
It does not appear that there are any... you don't see the dirt, like, hit any invisible area or anything like that. But there is at one point where maybe there was a rock in that bit of dirt, and when that debris reached a certain point, you heard something engage, and with your dark vision goggles, you actually saw, like, a spearhead jab out. As if there are, perhaps, traps on the way down.
Did they see that as well? Or no?
You were the only one with dark vision goggles.
It appears the hole might be booby-trapped. A spear was launched from the wall at one of the falling rocks. It also appears...
Does it launch out and then retract, or does it just shoot out and then it's wasted?
It launches out and retracts.
Alright.
Yeah, I'd say that you could see that it's not that it retracts instantaneously. Like, it does take, we'll say, 3 seconds. So stab, 1, 2, 3, retract. If that helps anybody in any way.
It touched the wall?
Yeah, all the way across.
I'm saying, though, what was the trigger? The wall?
Wait, so this spear went from one side to the other? It's a 25-foot long spear?
Mm-hmm. All the way across. We'll say that 3 seconds is maybe as it's retracting.
Does anyone have a parachute?
No.
Kookaroo! Nah, he doesn't.
Is he a flying squirrel?
Oh, how awesome.
You know what? Let me roll to see if he is. I don't think he is. I'm going to say a 19 or 20, and he is. He is not.
Sorry, Nick, yeah, I tried. Is he a fire-breathing squirrel?
I'm going to say on a 20, he is. He is not.
Acid-breathing?
No. Same roll.
Noxious gas.
Same roll. No.
Alright, so I will tell them that the spear went across the entirety of the cylinder, and it took about 3 seconds to retract back into the wall whence it came.
That was only one spear. How far down the hole was it?
Oh, that one in particular?
Yeah.
Let's see. What are the chances that the rock fell in just the right spot? 47 feet.
Is there any panels or anything that looks like that you can untrigger this?
You can roll perception.
$29.
You look around in the immediate area, maybe even borrow one of their lights to check a little further, and you can see without it, you do not find anything.
Is there...
Maybe there's a switch that turns off this booby trap.
Nikki just checked.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for listening.
Where this
Love
came
it.
from the wall, is there like a circle in the stone that it came out of?
It looks like this. You can't even tell where it is. Granted, it's also 47 feet away, but when it pulled back in, it almost looks like the head of that spear makes up stone on the wall. It is quite beautiful. From a dungeoneering perspective.
I will empty out my other shoe, my other boot,
Okay.
and then throw it down on the side.
The boot?
But, no, the dirt and rocks.
So just right
and
down
sand.
right on the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one, 5 feet down, shoots out. Another one, 10 feet down. Another one, it says right there. Another one, 80 feet down. And this is, it's not even uniform exactly where, but you could gather that they might be spread. Excuse me. Intermittently.
Yikes.
Okay, so there were just 3 more spears that shot down at differing depths. Well, they probably saw the 5 foot and the...
Yeah. They saw those top 2. Kookaroo. Kookaroo.
This is gonna be dangerous. Is there anything he can see with his goggles at the very, very bottom?
It's 200 feet down. From what he see, it just looks like piles of maybe a rubble, and then it's open on the sides.
So it looks like there's a bottom, and that there's something down there, like a hallway or a passageway or a room. But I can't really make out what it is.
And are these spears coming from the same hole?
The same, like that same one hole that you originally saw?
Yeah.
No, different holes.
And these rocks are not touching the sides, they're just in the crevice.
Some of them are bouncing, so yeah, they are touching the sides.
We'll take one of his rocks and go right down the middle with it.
Okay. When you do, well, I guess you're dealing with the dark vision goggles. When you drop the rock straight down, it does not seem to activate anything. And it goes straight down and hits the bottom.
And there is a ceiling, right?
There is a ceiling.
I have climbing gear, but I don't have enough rope to reach the very bottom. I could climb to the ceiling and run a rope straight down from the ceiling to the floor. And if we go down the very center, perhaps none of these spears will be activated.
We also don't know if there's spears up above this ledge that we're on. So climbing
I take
up.
my axe and I hew a rock from the very wall that we're standing on and throw it up at the ceiling.
Okay. When you do it, when the rock kind of hits the ceiling, it doesn't do anything on the ceiling, but it bounces onto the wall adjacent to it, and a spear does shoot out.
Ah, damn, can't even climb up.
But not on the ceiling?
Not on the
But
ceiling.
on the room we're in.
Mm-hmm. On the walls, not on the ceiling.
Now, is our platform flush with the wall?
Say it goes out, but only like a foot.
Okay.
Does anyone have a ranged weapon? Like a...
I have a short bow with 13 arrows.
Does anyone have extra rope?
I have 100 feet of rope.
I have 80 feet of rope and 45 feet of spider web.
Sweet.
Did I find any rope on Monith and or...
Incinerated.
Yeah. It's not like fireproof rope?
No.
Sure.
You guys could just jump. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
great
just
idea.
kidding.
How much damage would you take falling 200 feet?
Rich, would you like to tell him?
For every 10 feet you fall is a D10. So 200 feet would be 20 D10s worth of damage. So even if they were all 5s, you would take 100 damage.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
Kukudu, go find us rope.
Kukudu? He nuzzles back into your backpack, comes out holding rope and a spider web. Kukudu!
What's the range of my...
And he actually has a little coil of string in his pack. Kukudu?
Oh, you can keep that.
He has
Thank
his
you.
squirrel adventurer pack.
What's the range on my dragonling?
I think 10 squares that you can send it out. So 50 feet.
Okay. And it uses my defenses?
Yes. You also have a spider that has incredible climbing.
Does
I
it
do.
have web?
It does have web. Not as much as a larger spider, but it does have some.
I think between all of us, we have enough rope to make it to the bottom. It's just how do we attach it to the ceiling in the center of the room in order to not activate the spears?
You have quiver of bows.
I have a short bow with a quiver of 13 arrows.
That's what I meant. There you go.
Well, how much higher than us is the ceiling?
30 feet.
Make a dungeoneering attack roll.
So that's an extra 30 feet. So I have 50 feet of rope. You have...
I honestly think they took my rope.
So Barrett has none, and you have 80. So wait,
Baron has no. Kookaroo pulled out rope and spiderweb.
You said you
Yeah.
had rope in your pack
he has baby squirrel rope.
last time.
I never. No.
Kookaroo has baby squirrel rope.
Do you have any rope?
No.
Just the spider web?
Yeah.
Then he pulled out web, he didn't pull out a rope.
So we have 130 feet of rope.
Well, I have 80 feet of rope. You have 100.
No,
and
I only
45
have
feet of
50.
spiderwebs.
I only have 50.
Oh, 50. So, yeah, 130 plus 45.
Wait, what's the 45?
175.
What's the other 45?
Spiderweb.
Not trusting spiderweb.
Well, this wasn't pulled from the abdomen of the spider prince. This was taken right from the actual web he was standing on, so it's a bit stronger. And it stretches.
Alright, first thing I'm going to do...
It does stretch.
First thing I'm going to do is send my Dragonling straight down the center 100 feet and come back to me.
If your range is 10, you can only go 50 feet.
50 feet and straight back to me.
And you just want to go straight down, come straight back up?
Straight down the middle and straight back up.
I guess that's the sound he makes. He flies straight down the middle, no spears, no issues, straight back up.
That's better. How much web can my spider produce?
You want him to try? So, knotting out some web.
I would like my spider to knot out a web from where we're standing, going down without touching the wall.
He would be able to do that because you have a 1 foot out.
So go straight down to the bottom.
You want him to go to the bottom, or you want him to make it strong enough for you guys to climb?
I want him to go to the bottom first.
Okay. You're going to have him using a lot of web to get down there.
Well, even if he was going to have to make it strong enough for us to climb, it would have to go back and forth.
It would be shorter, and he probably couldn't get all the way. But if you just needed something to bridge the gap, he could do that. He would give his life to make you webbing.
Okay. I would like him to make webbing strong enough to climb down, as far down as he could go.
Okay. He would be willing to die to put everything into it. Do you want him to go all out? Best quality rope, longest possible length.
Yeah.
Do it?
You're gonna kill your spider?
I just got him a session ago.
It's not very nice.
He starts spinning this web, and he nestles it onto that little edge right by where you guys are standing, and he starts going down, and you can see that this web is so concentrated. It's probably one of the stronger webs you've seen, other than the spider web exactly from the prince, from when he spit it directly and got somebody with it. So he's kneading this thing all the way down, and he gets down 70 feet, and then you see him fall off to the bottom.
I didn't want him to give his life.
He did it for you. He gave everything that he had.
Okay.
And there's now 70
This is
feet.
This is hanging, what, off the ledge or like in the very center?
It's just off the edge. But the lip that you guys are standing on that goes out a foot. So he dropped it right there. Without touching the wall. He gave you 70 feet of webbing.
And how far across is it to the other side? You said it's 25 feet, and there's a foot around, so 24 feet?
Yeah.
I say we grab the super strong, or, his web, and then run it straight across to the other side, secure it, and then tie a rope to the very center, and then go straight down the very center of the shaft.
We also don't know if touching the other side would shoot out a spear.
Well, no, we're just taking the rope that's already been laid down, and then we're still up on top. We just walk around the circumference.
No,
There's no edge that goes around. It's just the edge sticking out from where you guys entered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. I thought it was a bit like the previous room.
Nah, son.
So our only other chance is to tie our two ropes together.
To the end of this one.
And then tie it to the end of this one.
And then hope none of the spears really tag us.
And then hope we don't touch the side and get down to the bottom.
So you guys are going off the edge? The ledge?
Do you have to touch the side of the rock in order to activate the spear?
That's what you guys have been able to determine from throwing rocks at it. It's when you touch the wall. But you'll only be 1 foot away. And there will be 3 people climbing down this rope, so there may be a little bit of sway. Even with one person, the lower you get, the further away from that ledge. As adventurers, you'd know the more swing you're going to have.
Can I borrow your short bow real quick?
Say what?
I want to borrow your short bow real quick.
Sherpo?
Short bow.
Oh, short bow.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, feel free. That's all you, Barrett.
Can I have some of those arrows too, please?
Absolutely.
Barrett's gonna take the rope and tie it to the.
The one that his spider just made? Or which rope?
Just the regular rope that we didn't tie off yet.
Who had that rope?
I had 50 feet.
Will you give it to
I had
Barrett?
80.
What are you doing with it?
I'm obviously tying it to the arrow.
For what purpose?
Really? Can I have your rope?
I just want to know what reason. If you're going to try to shoot an arrow to stick into solid stone,
There would be quite an arrow.
He's gonna make something.
and on top of that, we only have 130 feet. That's an extra 30 feet on
Did
top.
Peleus give you the rope?
It'd be a 100-foot drop still if we had 130 feet of our rope suspended from the ceiling. I'm just trying to play logistics here.
Okay.
Shoot an arrow at the ceiling. Let's see what happens first.
No, it's alright. It's alright.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna give the bow
Wait,
back
do
to
you
Peleus.
have archery skill? I had no idea.
All of you guys can use a weapon. It's just if you're not proficient with it, obviously you won't be as good at it as anybody else. But anybody could use one. It's just a matter of will you ever hit anything. Peleus, Barrett is trying to give the short bow back.
What did you plan on doing?
Nothing now.
She wants to shoot. He wants to shoot it at the center of the ceiling. So I say let's fire a practice one first and see what happens.
I agree. What do you say, Barrett?
Here, you do it. He gives the bow to Peleus.
I won't claim to be an archer. But I will make an attack roll
Okay.
to shoot it at the center of the. It's a dome ceiling, right?
Yeah.
All right, so seeing the center would be relatively easy based on the shadows and whatnot.
You should have a separate attack bonus. There should be a separate attack bonus on your sheet for ranged attacks. Here's the new sheet.
Wasn't too shabby.
It's on the bottom of the center.
And range plus 17. Oh wait, I need a. Alright, so 17 plus 17.
17.
Not if I hit.
So 24.
34.
17 is 34, is it not?
Very good.
17, yeah, 34.
You shoot it, and the arrow actually pelts right in, arrowhead deep, into that surface stone.
Will one arrow hold? I mean, if this plan is to work, we would have to go one by one. So I can't imagine the arrow sticking into stone would hold all 3 of us together.
How long does the spider web go down? 70 feet?
70.
What do you think, guys?
Rich is doing the math.
We have, if we take the spider rope as well, that would be 200 feet of rope.
70, 80, and 50?
Yeah.
I have 45 feet of spider web as well.
But we're not sure of the ilk of that spider web.
Put it on the bottom.
Well, I was
Nick, you
really,
help
it
your
just
fire.
depends on how well the knots are tied. Who has the highest engineering?
I have a 12.
I have a 10.
12 as well.
If you guys both work together and secure these knots, then perhaps it will hold.
But we're also talking about an arrowhead deep into
Yeah, that
into
is
stone.
rather...
And 34 was like a good roll. Or we could just...
There's no telling how I'm going to roll next time.
Or we could just tie
Help them, Mickey.
the ropes together and then
I know
tie
you
it to
wanna
the
see
end of
things
the
happen.
spider. The spider rope.
I helped already.
You did.
We don't have any... We just need to extend it out a few
We
more
did it the
feet.
first time,
Like
it would already
there's-
be done. Practice arrow!
Does Barrett say that?
Barrett could go first and fall 250 feet. To
Barrett's just gonna jump.
Are you fucking serious? Wait. I know you're an impatient person, but don't kill Barrett because of
Barrett's not gonna die.
it. There is a chance that he won't die.
Chance.
Whatever.
Alright, so are we shooting an arrow or are we just tying off to the bottom of this thing? And slowly sliding our way down.
I personally prefer that. That would be my vote.
Barrett, what say you?
I think it's too close to the edge. The foot is
You
not.
said 12 inches?
What's that?
There's only a foot?
Only a foot.
One foot close to
That
the
is
edge.
really fucking close.
Dun dun dun. Ooh. You guys look stumped.
You know what? It was a great dungeon. Maybe we should just get the hell out of here.
The door.
We can. The doors are all closed behind us.
Ah, son of a bitch.
You were just gonna leave?
Ah, fuck it. We're done.
Alright, how about this? You shoot an arrow into the ceiling. I use my climbing gear, climb up the rope, and then, like, wedge some shit into the ceiling. You know, like all the climbing gear involves picks that go into rock that actually hold legitimate weight.
I think you should make an attack roll.
I create some sort of,
What do you mean?
you know, an actual thing that can stabilize all three of us, and it goes straight down the
It's
middle.
gonna be,
Barrett said you guys should make an attack roll. What did you mean?
like, tie it onto the like pick and throw it up to the ceiling. If you just throw another arrow up there, it might not necessarily be enough to climb up it.
Okay.
And if you're putting the rope on it anyway, if it falls, you just try again. Yeah, same thing with the arrow, which is why I didn't understand why we couldn't just up front go first.
Okay.
But you know, that's
Alright.
just me.
Josh, were you able to hear her?
Vaguely, there are parts of it that kind of cut out.
We could tie a rope to the arrow and shoot the arrow into the ceiling. And then you could climb up the rope with that arrow.
That is
No.
not what I said.
She said to take the... he has climbing gear, so he actually has, like, the picks and stuff. To tie it off to the pick and throw the pick at the stone. Because that'll be something more... This way you don't have to actually climb up there with an arrow holding you up. You could just throw it right up and hopefully it'll stick like that.
And if not, it's already on a rope, so you can just reel it back in if it falls.
Is the pick made in such a way that I could use the power of the bowstring to really wedge it in there?
We're gonna say yes. I like that.
Excellent. We tie it off to one of the picks, and does anybody have a higher ranged attack? Mine is 17.
Nope.
Nope.
You can
Alright,
you can
alright.
make another roll, this time with a -2.
A -2 because it's not an arrow.
It is not an arrow.
Ah. You son of a bitch.
You're able to fit it on there. That's not bad. -2. Just shoot a fucking pick. You're welcome.
True.
And to even have a pick that could do...
He took it from his son. He robbed.
Hey, my son's
No,
doing
I'm
all
saying-
right back in Bishopshire.
I'm saying to have a pick.
He's missing a hand. What's he gonna climb?
Oh, that's messed up. Messed up.
All right,
If I were there to save him, you would have his head.
all right. Lay this attack roll.
All right.
17.
27.
27. His climbing gear. It sticks in. It appears to have a decent bite.
Decent by like 75% of the pick.
I think all of us should pull on it together.
You would know, even just from your climbing experience with this pick, it is dug in far enough as if you were holding your weight from it with one hand, it would still hold you.
I like Nikki's idea that we should all pull.
Yeah, I'd say we give it a nice tug.
Okay, and what are you guys looking for? Just
Like
to
a
see if
tug,
it can...
tug of war, stability. If it's going to
Okay.
fall out with all of us tugging on it, then we know it's not in there enough.
You three can, for your pulling, you could just roll perception. Because I'm guessing you're trying to perceive when it starts to give.
17 and 17.
Very nice.
And a 30.
I got a 13.
Total?
13.
Is that your
Oh,
total?
shit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
3 and 10.
Alright. Regdar and Barrett.
34.
When you guys both pull on it, you could feel at a certain point of you guys putting force into it, you could feel it maybe starting to give a little bit, and you could guess that it could hold about 250 pounds.
Okay.
How much do you weigh, Barrett?
160.
How much... do we know what he weighs with his new
Like-
wolfness?
Oh. How much does your sheet say you weigh?
It's like 80 pounds.
He's like 90 pounds. He's a halfling.
Total weight is 55.
You now weigh 95.
It's not horrible.
Alright, 95.
How much do you weigh?
And how tall were you?
200.
gonna be
I
going by
was
yourself.
4'2", but you said that I grew a little bit, so probably 4'7".
You're 5'2".
5'2". Oh, I grew a fucking foot. That's awesome. I'll be the tallest halfling in the Bishopshire.
Well, you're also the lightest, so you're going to climb up to the pick.
Nice catch.
Alright,
It's fucked up.
I climb the rope and establish...
Got it.
I wanna really hammer in one pick all the way to the hilt.
Okay. You do have to jump out to get out to the rope. I'd say make one athletics check.
What do you mean he has to jump out? We just had the rope in our hands.
Oh, never mind then. I forgot you guys were still holding it.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, and we'll also hold
on
it
to the rope
securely
as I
for
climb.
him. Yes, we will.
Wow, look at you guys. You're ready for anything. Okay. You are able to climb the rope. I do just need you to still roll athletics as if to climb, and we'll use the same check to hammer in your pick.
How much does my dragonling weigh?
26.
Small. 20 pounds, 10 pounds.
Would you like me to send my dragonling with you so that if you do fall, it can coast with you and slow you down to hopefully maybe not hit the side?
That is a great idea. Thank you, Red Dot.
We will do that.
You climb up without any issues. The dragonling, I guess, is just holding on to him for now.
Yeah.
So the dragonling is on your back. You get up to the top. You're hammering in your other pick as well.
All the way to the hilt. That way it's 100% bit into the... But I tie off... let's see, which rope did we tie? This was the... Was this the spider web?
No.
The spider put down?
This was your rope.
Alright, so this is the 80-foot rope.
No, you know what? Let's use my 50-foot rope. No, fuck it. Either way, the rope's just staying.
Whichever rope this one is, you may never get back.
I don't think we're getting any of the ropes back.
Possible.
It doesn't matter. Whatever rope you want it to be, either yours or mine.
I look up at the arrow, try and wedge it out. Don't want to waste anything.
It's really, really in there.
Alright, so I can't pull it out?
Not without breaking the head. The head's very sensitive from the shaft.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm secure in the ceiling at this point.
Yep, you're secure. Did you use 2 picks? Are there 2 picks holding this rope up?
There's the original pick that I shot up there, and then I hammered 1 pick in.
Okay. This thing is very secure with both your picks holding it up.
Alright, and the rope is trailing from one to the next, and then going straight down.
Well, it's not going straight down, it's going to us. On the side.
Right.
So you could climb back down to us. We could tie off the other rope, we could bring up the spider web and tie that off, and that would give us 200 feet down. So we'd have a 30-foot drop once we got to the bottom.
But you guys have... So this first part is 50 feet, right, of rope? Or it says 80 feet?
Which one did you want? Your 80 feet or my 50 feet? What do you think,
We'll use
Barrett?
the 50 and then tie off the 80.
50 foot?
Same shit.
His 80 foot is actually not one piece of 80 foot rope. It's one that he tied together that was cut.
Oh.
Just so you guys know. So your 50 foot is up there first. We'll say you're able to climb down to the ledge without problem. And then you guys could determine how you want the ropes
I'm going
to
to
go.
dungeoneer and look at his tied together rope.
Okay.
Well, we gotta dungeoneer each
23.
single knot, even the one that I tied
It's
earlier, and make sure
at
they're all
best.
secure.
Luckily you looked at it.
Could I
His
fix
trick
it?
to tie it was around a 19.
Can I fix it?
Yes, you can.
Alright.
Use the same trick.
Alright.
Much better.
Alright, so your rope is good to go now.
You should check the knot that I tied earlier,
I did.
just to be sure.
I
Alright,
did.
You did? It's good.
Yeah. It is now.
Okay, good.
Alright, then let's tie off my spider string, and then we could tie off your spider string.
So 50 foot rope, 80 foot rope, your 70 foot string.
And then the, however
I have
many.
45.
So that's perfect. We'll hit the bottom.
230 feet, so that's 130, 200, 245. Very nice. You guys will actually have 15 foot of rope left over on the bottom. And now, one of you can roll dungeoneering to tie off the other knots, and the other 2 can assist. Really just double checking his knots.
Do you want
Whichever one of you
to
wants
roll
to do.
dungeoneering?
You two, Regdar.
No,
and,
it's on me.
Well,
I'll
Regdar
assist.
and Barrett have the highest dungeoneering
You sure?
check, so.
I've rolled pretty well. I feel like I've got a shitty roll coming.
You gotta tell me who's going,
It's up-
whoever
it's up
rolls
to
that
you.
first.
Peleus, who do you think should tie and who do you think should assist?
Yeah, how many knots need to be tied?
3. It's going to be one
Can I
dungeon.
Why can't I assist?
You can assist also.
You can both assist.
Yeah, why don't we just triple it up?
Yeah, but one of us has to be the primary.
It should be one of you two because you each have a 12 in dungeoneering. I only have a 10.
Which one, Josh?
Which one of us should do it?
Alright, I'll flip a coin. Heads, Regdar. Tails, Barrett.
You can roll a die. You have a ton of dice in front of you. Do odds and evens.
This is not a good point. Well, Tails, Barrett.
All right, Barrett.
Barrett, no pressure. Keep in mind, whatever Barrett rolls, you think it's great. Just kidding. You might be able to tell it's poop if it's no good.
Go,
Come on, Barrett.
Barrett. Crit.
Barrett.
Oh, it was Tails?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you trained in it?
19.
Yeah, 19. Can you guys roll to assist, please? Very nice.
This is dungeoneering.
Yes.
We got this.
Got an 18.
Mine's a 28.
Okay. You guys have tied off the knots. You feel like everything is good to go. Securely anchored in the ceiling. All the knots appear tight. What I would say, if you guys do want to give it a once-over, you could roll perception. Just to double-check your knots.
Absolutely.
31.
21.
22.
Breakdown is one of them that you notice could use a little bit of tightening.
Alright.
You tighten it as best you can. You actually feel like it's better before than it ever was.
Can I roll perception as he's tying it?
The same perception check. What was it? You had a 6 on your die.
21.
Yeah. It was a 6 and 17.
23.
23.
You didn't even notice anything wrong with it. You just saw him go over and start to do stuff to it. And now you think that it needs to be tightened.
Alright, I'm gonna tighten it.
Okay.
I'm gonna assist.
You did enough.
20.
Okay.
20.
All right.
Josh, roll for perception to see if we did a good job.
He did already.
He did. Yeah.
Oh, he did.
His perception was like a 18 or something.
26.
All right. I'm gonna use your same roll from before. You guys are good to go. You feel like the rope is tied off properly. You feel lucky.
Alright.
Alright, the question is, how do we leap off this? And should we just pendulum as long as we need to, and then wait for us to stop and then slide down the rope like a fireman's pole?
We could dangle it down and then like still holding some and then swing off so that there's like some counterweight at the bottom so it doesn't swing like a pendulum, so that it just like swings with some weight to it.
Well, theoretically, 2 of us could get on the rope, and then a third could let out the rope in order to let it,
Alright, I'll volunteer to go first.
So what, are you guys dropping the rope down, or you're going with it? Like, I don't understand what you're doing.
So they're gonna hold it, I'm gonna get on, and they're gonna let it go.
Like, lower you the 200 feet?
No. Like, it's tied up there, but we have it over here with us.
Yeah.
So they're gonna hold some on.
So you're gonna get onto...
I'm gonna hop on there, and then they're gonna let it go so that it doesn't swing too much.
Very nice, guys. Good job.
Because according to physics, it wouldn't swing as far, so we would have no danger of hitting the wall.
Very nice. Well done. Alright. You can roll athletics.
I'm gonna athletics the shit out of this rope.
It'd be great if you botch on the first roll. Alright, very nice.
40, in case you're keeping count.
You get onto that rope like it's nobody's business. They allow the rope to enter to the center of the room, and the rope very nimbly goes straight down the center with very little sway, and you are just held on top, pretty much parallel to them on the pad.
Oh, that's all I got out of that.
Were you going to start to descend as well?
I would like to.
Okay.
You can't, dude. We have the rest of the rope on the ledge with us. If the rope touches the wall, it's gonna send out one
No,
of the spikes.
you threw it down.
All right.
You threw it down under me.
So now we're just jumping onto the rope.
You
Well-
guys are going to have to jump now. Yeah.
Or you could use the squirrel rope to pull it back
It's
towards you.
literal twine.
So it can still pull a rope back.
I think that he should just go down and hold the rope at the bottom.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you
Hold-
telling him that?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm
You
climbing down.
hold it stiff enough, it's not gonna move. You're how much? 200
It's just going to
pounds?
require you guys to not fuck up jumping onto it.
That's
Are you
fine.
kidding me?
Okay.
I'm trained in athletics.
Yeah, we're both trained in athletics and acrobatics, so
Alright,
either way we'd fight.
I'm climbing down.
Roll endurance?
I'm trained in endurance.
I know, so I'm hoping that you do well.
18.
18. Another athletics. Almost a
25.
Another endurance.
23.
You're coming up to one of the knots. Just give an acrobatics.
25.
And another athletics.
34.
Very nice. Okay, you make it to the bottom. When you finally do descend, and you are no longer on the rope, you are standing... That rubble that you had seen is a pile of bones.
Motherfucker.
Drow, human, kobold, Goliath, spider carcass,
Okay.
etc.
I will have my dark vision goggles on.
This spire-type formation you just descended from is held up essentially by these pillars. It is not walls around you. It is just 6 pillars holding it up, each with an archway that leads into a giant open space with a low ceiling. It's like a 15-foot ceiling. You, looking around in the darkness, you actually can see on the far side of the room, you could see what looks like some sort of altar that is slightly obstructed by different parts of the altar, but nothing else appears to be really of importance in this room.
Okay, I will walk over towards the wall where they are standing, pulling the rope to get it as close to them as possible.
Very nice. You guys notice the rope starts to come towards you slightly.
Would you like to go first, Barrett, or shall I?
You should.
Alright. This is athletics, or...
Yeah, athletics to jump.
Alright, athletics.
And I will also send my dragonling up as far as possible on the rope, hanging out. Can he just, like,
79,
hover
29.
around
You
and...
can circle around.
Yeah.
29? Alright, and if you can give me an endurance check, please, as well.
Alright. Good roll.
Those are Walking Dead pants.
Yeah.
12 and 9.
21.
Normally you just have, like, the plaid ones.
I couldn't find my puzzle.
Alright, very good. You're making your way slowly down. Your hands are tensing up a little bit, but you're an experienced adventurer. It's nothing you can't handle. You can give me another athletics to continue further down the rope.
Ooh. Another 29.
Regdar, can you give me an athletics as well?
34.
Another endurance, please, Peleus. You're essentially...
Yes!
Yes, dude. Very nice. You're having no issues. Even that tenseness you felt is washed away by the surge of adrenaline you just had yelling crit. You're coming up to the series of knots in the rope. You can go ahead and roll acrobatics just to keep your gripping on it.
Acrobatics.
23.
Okay, and one final athletics check for your final descent.
Oh, it's on. Yeah, 13. 19.
32.
32.
And also roll perception, please. Oh, I don't know why I wrote it there.
Okay. Perception 10.
22.
You've noticed on that last stint of rope, at that last knot where you had tied together, after you had gotten maybe halfway down that last part, you felt it actually drop slightly, as if the knot was coming slightly loose. Just an observation you made.
So that's only 30 feet from the ground, right?
30 feet.
Let's see. Is there any way we can communicate? Can we just shout?
You could tell me, and I could communicate it to my dragonling.
And your dragonling can warn Barrett up top?
Well, it can't warn him up top, but it could hang out at that spot and give Barrett some support in case the rope does give way.
Sounds good.
Alright, so what are you going to
Is
do?
there no way we can shout up 200 feet? I mean, it's just an empty chasm, is it not?
You can shout up there.
Would that be a good idea? In the
You
middle
could still
of
have
the
your
dungeon?
dragonling stay there.
Yeah, I will. So we will shout up. The last knot seems to be slipping. My dragonling will be at that spot to help you in case the rope fails. Fails. Barrett.
Kookaroo.
Barrett.
Do you hear something?
Kookaroo. You don't hear that, though. You heard it.
Okay. Is Peleus off the rope yet?
Peleus is off the rope.
I will walk it back over to the side for you.
I am helping secure the rope as well.
What am I rolling? Athletics?
First, you're going to make an athletics check, Sir Barrett.
19.
Alright. Your first jump, you get onto it, you slide a bit, it actually burns a little bit.
Super.
But you're okay. You descend. Then you can make an endurance check. That's like the Dice of Legend, too.
23. No, he's gonna die. It's alright.
Your hand is still burned. It is affecting your grip. You are moving slowly, more slowly than you normally would. You can make an athletics check.
22.
Okay. You continue at your slowed pace, but you are actually moving. You can roll another endurance.
No, keep that one. Keep that one.
23.
Gee.
You feel as if your hand is starting to cramp. That was 23, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one, you're coming up to the series of knots. This is going to be an acrobatics check to just maneuver past them without upsetting the rope any further.
34.
Awesome.
Very nice. No issues. You managed to get right past it. Final descent, athletics check.
The dice is back!
So is the
We're
rope.
almost there, Barrett.
17 and 18, whatever that is.
Okay. You're holding on, you're going, and you could immediately feel as soon as that knot does give way. And that last 30 feet, the rope has actually given out. You are at a free fall. You actually had your dragonling there to guide her, to guide Barrett down.
Yeah.
Your dragonling can make an acrobatics. This will try to intervene, catch Barrett from hitting the wall anyway.
23.
Okay. Your dragonling is able to swoop in. Barrett, you're at this free fall for the last 30 feet. The dragonling has caught you to prevent you from moving towards either side of the wall where the imminent death is, but you are going to still hit the ground. You do see Barrett falling this last 30 feet.
Can I make acrobatics so it's not as bad, the
Yes, you
impacts?
And does my dragonling slow her down at all on this descent? So that maybe it's
Let's save a little bit of
so
damage.
that maybe it's
37?
D8s instead of D10s?
37.
37? Okay.
Damn.
11, 15, minus 3, minus 5. So you're going to take 10.
That's not horrible.
Oh, between your awesome acrobat. You still land on your feet, by the way. You free fall the last 30 feet. The dragonling catches you at the back of the neck, flaps its wings mightily, and then you do this barrel roll in the air and land right on a knee and stand up. But you have actually sunken a little bit into the bones from the impact, so you're about knee deep in bone.
Super.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gross.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Kukuru, are you okay?
Kukuru climbs out. Kukuru! And he looks down. Ooh.
I will tell them, since I have my dark vision goggles on, that I see nothing except for what appears to be an altar in that direction there.
We approach. Should check for traps on the way. If there's anything to be seen underneath the pile of bones.
Actually, you guys can roll perception for it as well.
22.
27. 28, sorry, 28.
19.
Okay. You're all able
sorry,
to notice...
24.
That's so good. You're all able to notice through the dim light you guys are carrying, as well as through your dark vision, that it doesn't appear as if there's any traps you could see. This whole floor is covered in bones. Some of them are still wearing armor or clothes. There's some weapons strewn about in this carcass-infested place. nothing really that appears to be too great. None of you have noticed anything worthwhile to take. Nothing.
Until Gandalf discovered Sting.
No. No such place here.
I'm gonna roll Arcana
Okay. What are you rolling for?
to see if there's any like magical presence down here, any magic that I can sense at all.
Okay.
And it's a 31.
Nice.
There does appear to be... 31 is really good.
I know.
You feel two. You feel two magical presences in this room. One of them is originating from the altar, and the other one is originating just from a little corner in some miscellaneous rubble of bone.
Alright. I will alert my comrades that I'm sensing two magical entities here. I cannot identify them, but one appears to be coming from the altar, and one appears to be in the corner under some bones.
Do you just feel magical presence? There's no. Can you perceive the intent of this presence?
Good or evil? I cannot. Well, I say the
in
the altar
in the previous
in the
rooms, they each had altars in which we found the last three crests.
Okay, so we've
I'm
got
inclined to go towards the altar if we had a choice.
Well, both of them. Not here. Not the Lyusian pool, no.
okay. Okay, so let's scope out the altar first.
Okay. As you approach the altar, and which of you speak Elven again?
I do.
I do not. Stein did.
I do not.
Alright. When you approach the altar, it very similarly, as the other ones, it has that black stone you're familiar with seeing.
Darkstone.
Darkstone. It also has a little inscription on it, written in Elven. And you actually see just the piece of the crest resting on top.
Dungeoneering.
Or we get the bottom of this huge pit.
21.
21? Looks like it's just sitting there.
Yeah, it's a printer. My printer. No.
And I will also roll Arcana again.
Sure, I got her name on it.
Or can I use the same one, or
You can use the same one. What was it?
31?
Okay.
I want to
It's
see now
not-
that I'm closer if I can decipher anything more.
Sorry,
It's not necessarily the crest that is magical. It is this, like what it's sitting in is almost like a little bit of a bracket. So it looks as if you'll be able to just pull the crest right out of it. But it does look as if that bracket will magically emanate. It won't close like a physical trap. It's not rigged that way. But it is a magical detection of the piece of the crest. So there is something detecting if the crest is here, and will know if it is removed.
I will tell them that. I have a sense that whatever there is a piece that the crest is sitting on that will magically detect whether the piece is there or not there, and could alert someone or something of its absence or presence.
Sounds like Indiana Jones.
What you gonna do?
We need a bag of sand.
That didn't really work out for him.
Alright, so these crests that we've collected thus far, they're relatively the same size and weight.
Well, you would be able to tell even just from this close that this bracket is fitted perfectly to that
No,
shape.
it's fitted perfectly for that piece.
So as soon as we try and
here,
snatch it,
here,
the jig is up.
Yes, perhaps we should check out what that other magical entity was first.
I agree. I think we should investigate any and all other avenues.
Alright, let's go check out that other magic thing.
Okay. It does appear to be buried under some of the bits of bone. Are you gonna sift through to try to find what it is?
Carefully.
$29 on dungeoneering.
Doesn't appear trapped in any way. Just a pile of bones.
Sure. I will dig around some of the bones.
You don't
help
have
him. I got a 20 in dungeoneering.
you don't have to dig even too far, and you actually see a very large skeletal hand that you just kind of dig through the other stuff, and you can see all the bits of the finger bones. And on one of the fingers, and this appears to be the magical feeling that you had felt, is a very large ring that you guys could, maybe twist it and fit it as your own ring, or you could maybe even wear it as a choker. Like, it's very, very large. This whole hand and this jewelry. I don't know which one of you is going to want it, but there is a ring that you could take.
Could I use my same Arcana roll to decipher about this ring, or would you like me to roll again?
Roll again.
You just don't want me to have that 31.
It's a really good roll. Oh, great.
Even better.
Awesome.
38.
You could gather that the magic on this ring, it's not evil or dark in any way. It does actually just appear to be a magic item. Just give you some bonuses.
I can't tell anything else.
No. Still making it up.
Alright. Can I use the same dungeoneering check to see if it's trapped in any way? Oh.
Doesn't appear trapped.
Alright, I'll grab the ring.
You grab the ring. Upon touching it, you've discovered and feel its origin as the Ring of the Fallen. It adds +1 to saving throws versus death, +1 to endurance, and if you were to equip this to a dead ally, it would allow you another 24 hours for a raise dead ritual. So, like, let's just say if Peleus died and you were looking to bring him back, you could take this ring off, put it on him, it'll buy you an extra day.
Okay, because normally it's 3? Or
Normally it's 24 hours.
Okay.
Ring of the Fallen, bro. And that was the magical presence. The only other magical presence remaining in the room is the altar.
Alright. We gotta check
What did
this.
you learn of this ring?
It is the Ring of the Fallen.
That sounds eerie.
Gives you +1 for endurance, +1 for saving throws, and it buys you to 48 hours for raising dead rituals, as opposed to the normal 24.
Wow, that really sounds like someone has to sacrifice their life in order to get this last crest.
Why would you say that?
Shot not it.
Why? Because all of a sudden you have 48 hours to raise the dead?
Don't die. I don't know.
Should we draw straws? Who's gonna die?
Well, it's not a trap that's gonna trap the person's hand or person there, but it will just alert whatever else this thing is.
If you put it on.
Not the ring. He's talking about the crest.
The crest.
Oh.
The crest has some kind of magical rigging to it. It's not a physical trap that he can identify.
So you can't really roll the engineering for it?
Well, he did roll engineering, and he was able to tell it's not physically trapped.
Oh,
Whatever's
I'll take
on.
Alright, Barrett's taking the piece.
Prepare yourself.
Congratulations, Barrett. You have a piece of the crest.
Yes!
I just have to change the music, though.
Doesn't sound eerie at all, that's wrong!
I'm gonna throw this crest to whoever has the most.
As she's grabbing that, I'm going to fill my pack with these bones.
A femur.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw this to
Whoever has
you.
the most.
Yeah.
I only have one! No, I have two.
Oh, actually, Peleus had 2.
Oh, whatever.
Fuck it.
You now have 2. You each have 2. You are equally responsible for people escaping or dying here. Which is awkward. As soon as you had taken the crest, you pop it right off. You throw it right to Regdar, who caught it quickly. You all hear, just even with your passive perception, you hear a very loud and looking over, you see bits of rubble falling from the path you had descended. And even from this angle, you can actually see that the spears have deployed. It's not impossible. They are stuck in a closed position. I'm sorry, in a deployed position. It's not that it's impossible to climb. They're about 2 feet apart, interlaced with each other, so it would be kind of like wiggling up. You also hear, from that same corner where you guys had gotten the ring, you see that large mound of bones rising up. And you see bits of bone falling away from it. As this very large skull, about the size of one of you, is pretty much scraping the ceiling, crouched over, and is, with both arms out like a gorilla, lurching towards you guys, scraping off bits of rock, throwing bones out of the way, and coming directly towards you, Regdar.
Go back to me.
I think he's coming for the ring. But I will give the piece back to Barrett.
We'll see if it changes.
It is coming now towards you.
Cool. I'm gonna run towards that circle.
Okay?
I'm gonna try an acrobatics up 30 feet.
You would first need to make an athletics to get up to the spears. Unless somebody was, like, assisting you or something.
Peleus, you go after her as well.
17 and 8.
Agreed. I will follow after
Rich,
Barrett.
17 and 8.
25.
25.
And I will give
Okay.
I will give you my piece of the spider crest.
Alright.
Now what?
I now have 3 pieces of spider crest.
What now?
You're able to jump up onto the spears, and like I mentioned, they're about 2 feet apart in each, so some are going like this, then this, then this, then this, then this, so you are actually going to be climbing between these deployed spears.
Can I just jump on them like a trampoline?
Yes, you can.
And use my acrobatics?
I do the same thing. What should I roll?
34.
Very nice. First, an athletics check to get up to the spears. After
Athletics.
you, some of them are really close that you do actually have to wiggle, that you can't trampoline it, but you're able to do it.
Okay.
You're working your way up.
Okay.
37 on the athletics.
Alright, and now you can go ahead and give an acrobatics just to start to wiggle on through. And Regdar, what are you doing?
I'm not small enough to like actually launch myself off these.
Some of them you are. Some of them are too close that you actually do have to wiggle.
Is there any area where I can slide up if I could fly?
You can slide up, like straight up through this? No, they're very interlaced.
Not even like along the side where there might be like more space since they're not all like...
There would be more space, but it's still, you don't have a straight flight. Like even if you could go up through 1 or 2 lengths, that third one would be immediately there with a spear block.
Alright, well I'm gonna go up to the side and I will athletics up and acrobatics and
Go
start
ahead.
to climb.
Peleus, what do you got?
I got a 25 on that last roll.
Very nice. You're right behind Barrett. You're pretty much following his way up. You guys are both wiggling through, bouncing up, doing your little trampoline movements.
And I 31 and 28.
Very nice. You are actually even with Peleus, the two of you. Who has the crest?
I gave him the crest.
Peleus has all of the crests now?
No.
No,
I have
three,
the one that was-
Barrett has the one that the skull is chasing.
Okay, that's the one I was looking for. So you have the one that he probably wants.
That's why
Okay.
I was jetting as quickly as possible.
Regdar and Peleus, you guys are pretty much neck and neck bringing up the rear. Barrett is a little ahead of you, maybe 5-10 feet. And from down below, as you guys have started to kite up, this very large creature has come up the hole and is climbing up, breaking all the spears below you in the process, stabbing his claws into the concrete and lifting himself after you.
Good thing you guys were
without
following
effort.
me.
I actually thought you were going to stay down there from the way you were making it sound.
No, I was going to. I
No.
was going to let them go first, and then I was going to climb and
Let's bring up the rear.
burn all the spears below us.
Oh, that doesn't
But,
matter.
yeah, apparently it doesn't matter because this fucking giant thing has a 25-foot wingspan.
It's really big.
Apparently.
You guys are still climbing, so you can either do an athletics or acrobatics, all three of you, to continue.
24.
27.
Double 4. Oh, very nice.
33.
Very nice. Peleus, you are actually neck and neck with Barrett. You were able to catch up to him. Regdar, you are now bringing up the butt. And you could all roll endurance as well to continue your climb.
Motherfucker! Fuck you, dice.
Mine was an 11 before Nikki hit the table.
19.
This is for endurance?
Yeah, 12 and 7.
Okay.
28.
Very nice. What did I just say you guys were? You were...
I was in the
they were
bottom.
neck and neck? Okay. Alright.
Kukudu,
Barrett?
take that up there.
You're giving the Kukudu the crest?
Yeah. Tell him
Okay.
go up.
Kukudu! He puts it very tightly in his pack. He actually has to get rid of a couple of his nuts, and he looks pissed about it.
Just put it in my bag.
Oh, Kukudu. He gives you his nuts. And he puts it in there, and he starts climbing up at squirrel speed. So he is actually... Kukuru is pulling ahead of you guys. You feel exhausted. Between the fall, the decline, your hands are still achy. You're having trouble gripping some of the spears. Maybe your palms are sweaty. You slip off a little bit. But you feel like that's going to take a toll on your climbing. As in a -4 to your checks from here on out.
That's retarded.
The creature bringing up the rear. Ooh, we have to use a different die. He is still climbing up, smashing these spears, climbing. He is... Regdar, he is right behind you. Yes, he is. He is right there. And for every spear, like almost as you're getting off of it, you hear the and then to the other side, and then back to your side after you left that next spear. And you guys can again, athletics or acrobatics.
Probably not.
Well, not anymore.
You said athletics or...
Or acrobatics. You're taking a -4.
29.
20.
37.
Very nice.
Thank you.
It's just interesting how this goes. He doesn't have to roll.
Cuckoo!
Regdar and Peleus, you guys are actually tied at the lead. You have both passed Barrett, who has fallen slightly behind. And you guys can all roll endurance again.
$23.
26.
31.
Very nice. Barrett, you still feel tired, but you haven't gotten any worse. Your hand is still cramped in the same spot, and even though you're exerting yourself, nothing else. The other two, you guys, Peleus and Regdar, you guys do feel it taking a little bit of a toll, but it's not slowing you down. The creature has effectively broken the spear that you were on, Barrett, and you actually start to tumble a bit. You could roll acrobatics to try to save yourself here.
33.
Okay. You are able to grab onto, even though the one that took out your feet is gone, you are able to grab onto the next one. And with the next slam of his claw, this will be against your reflex for very high. 28.
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're marked. The next claw goes to smash at you, and you end up actually fitting right between his two fingers.
Like Jackie
And
Chan.
you are actually holding on to a spear with this hand right around you.
Like fucking Jackie Chan.
It's back to you guys. You guys can make another athletics or acrobatics.
25.
Is that with your
31.
-4?
21.
If I do a move, something, can I still keep climbing?
Yeah.
Alright. I will try to use the Ring of Dreams.
Okay.
Please be good.
It's not bad.
That is a 33 versus the creature's will.
Probably gonna hit. But I do need to check. Just want to look to see if they can fall asleep. And that's what it does, it puts them to sleep. Okay.
Night time.
Lullaby, hanging night.
So what exactly did you do? How do you do this?
What?
I will do just that. I will run up, point my ring at him, and sing Rockabye Baby.
As the ring maybe even meets his skull, I don't know how close you're going to him, but
I will stay as far away as I possibly can with this.
you don't have to get that close with it, it's fine. He does not have eyes, obviously, because he is a skeleton, but his head tilts back, and he just falls limply, with his bones scratching down at the sides of the wall. Barrett's still hanging there by that spear. Actually, I guess you pulled yourself up a bit. The skeleton just falls to the ground, landing on the pile of bones with a heavy... and the bones scatter around it, as he just lays there, with his arms out, his legs open. And you guys are, without danger, able to climb the rest of the way up.
Yeah, motherfuckers!
And as you approach that same doorway... I just gotta roll for something else in the meantime.
It's open, and Veliana and Etienne are fine.
Why is Etienne's hand?
You walk out and you see a stairway that leads to the daylight.
You guys get to the top, and as you approach that door that is sealed behind you, the presence of the crest allows it to open, and you feel the crest glow. Kukadu is already up here, he's just in front of the open door. Kukadu.
I want to pet his head. You did good.
You should take the piece too.
He holds onto the piece, and he won't give it back to you. Kukadu.
What? Oh, you're nuts? Here you go.
He takes his nuts back and gives you the crest. And as the door opens, Veliana and Etienne actually approach the outside. Etienne looks really, really, really fucked up. He is missing his arm from the shoulder out. He appears very white and pale with blood loss.
You should heal
How
check
he
him.
made it this far is remarkable. He has been heal checked, though poorly, by Veliana. So there's actually like a tree branch wedged in there.
What's everyone's heal?
12.
12.
What's your heal, bro?
10.
Heal? I got a 12 as well.
Alright,
I'll assist.
I'll roll.
Good thing I didn't. Good job!
Boom!
You pull the branch out, and you start actually doing, you pick the bark and the leaves and the bits of rock and dust, and you actually are able to clean
This
the
I
wound
crit on.
properly. Yeah, well, you saved a man's
Credit
life.
stupid things all the time.
You can't save the person. I can save the person. You crit in battle. I don't.
Veliana actually has some light burns on her. We'll use the same heal check. You're able to scrape off the dead skin and patch her up.
You just spit on her and she fucking glows.
Ugh. Oh, thank you, Rekdar.
You're welcome, Etienne.
Where's Moneth?
He died.
What?
He died.
What do you mean he died?
He exploded himself because he's retarded.
He's not retarded. He's a great warrior.
Moneth has fallen, but we don't have time now. We must get out of here.
He, falls back a bit, leans on the wall, and slides down. I'm the last. The last of the fallen sons.
Well, technically, you wouldn't be a fallen son, would you?
He struggles a bit to get up. Ugh. I would be a fallen son. I still am. I'll always be a fallen son.
You'll be a fallen son when you've fallen.
We have. He looks down as he says it. Did he have a warrior's death?
He exploded himself. I think that's pretty warrior-like.
That's how Moneth would have wanted it.
Trust me, he ended up in his own heaven, snorting coke off the asses of hookers.
Isn't that all of our heavens?
Were you able to... I don't know. Do you have anything of his?
I have his axe hand.
May I have it?
Not right now. Let's get out of the dungeon first.
He's still limping a bit, he's definitely fucked up, but he is stable, he'll make it. Veliana, she's fine, other than some light cosmetic burns, she's okay. And as soon as you guys step out of that doorway and you're back on that circular path room, it has actually, the door closes behind you, so you can't go back into that spire area. And you actually see a door that's just kind of camouflaged to the wall that opens up. And this one appears to have a straight shot into what you see being that main entry room that you originally started off at.
Should we still check for traps?
18. I checked. Dungeoneering.
No traps.
No traps, according to me.
Alright, his was better than mine. We'll do it.
Yep, you feel equally safe. Everything appears awesome. You want to actually blindfold yourself and walk down here.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Much better. 28.
There are actually still no traps.
Alright, good.
You guys continue down. Veliana is assisting Etienne. Did you run into Saizo? Did you see him?
No.
No, but we should keep an eye out for him because he did go down into that room. He may be waiting for us in the main room.
We just saw him. He was the only reason that we made it out of that room of fire,
Bullshit.
says Veliana. I couldn't have gotten Etienne this far without his help. And as soon as we were waiting by the door for you guys, we told him who you were, and then he was gone. But I'm guessing you already know him?
Oh, we've met. And he's not to be trusted. He may have helped you, but it's only for his own nefarious schemes.
There's a lot of
I
big
don't
words
know.
there.
I don't know why he did what he did, but he saved our lives. Yeah. Well, I hate to admit I needed some help, but he may have had a part in why I still have the rest of me.
Well,
Trust me, when we see him next, he's going to want something from us. Nothing in this dungeon is free when it comes to Saizo.
Interesting. Oh, sorry. Interesting. I hope that is not the case. He seemed like such a selfless man.
Really? Did he tell you he was the master thief?
He said that he thought I should know him, but when I told him I didn't, he just told me he was Ishiko's Saizo and asked if I wanted to get dinner.
Yes, a truly selfless individual asking a a burnt woman out to dinner.
I wasn't burnt at the time, but yes, I suppose he didn't show too much regard for Etienne's arm.
What?
He was actually the one that put the branch in. But it was better than what I was able to do. I put the rocks in. You guys are having this whole conversation while you're walking down this corridor that does actually lead you directly back to the main room. And you are back where there's those 3 doorways, the one for the Spider Prince, for Pandora's Gauntlet, the one for the Rise and Fall, and there is the large door with the embedment for the crest, which you now have what you believe to be all 4 pieces.
Believed to be?
You'll have to piece them together, I don't know. Maybe we should put them under her laptop. Because Peleus technically has them, right?
Yeah, I have them in San Diego.
We've just been putting it on the laptop whenever it's something that you have.
Ah, they're there.
Very nice. Oh my god.
We have done it.
Once you hold all of the pieces together, it actually pulls itself back into one piece and there are no longer breaks in it. It looks as if it was always one crest. You do also see it shimmer and shine as if it has a gloss to it, whereas before it was a little bit of rustic type thing. Dirty, faded, tattered. Now it looks perfect.
All right. It appears
Shall we push it into the hole?
It's what she always tells me to do.
Me too.
Alright,
Right, Barrett? Hey?
Oh, yeah.
once you put it in, once you start to put it in, it actually kind of pulls it the rest of the way. You don't even have to push, it just glides right in.
Yep.
And as soon as it does, the eyes on the crest light up in a green flame.
Yep.
And the door slowly rises up into a room where you are first greeted by these lace curtains, or perhaps silk, but they are laced.
Silky lace curtains.
Silky lace.
Could they be made of spider silk?
You could roll nature if you want to try
I
to.
want to know.
What is this Franklin move?
25.
They appear to be spider silk.
What color is the spider silk?
It is whitish gray.
What does it smell like?
It smells dusky and damp in here. It
Okay.
overpowers the smell of the web.
Dusty damn.
Is there slime on the wall?
Not here. You don't see any slime.
I'm gonna roll dungeoneering and create a battering ram.
You have done so. Are you going through the curtains?
Are we stopping there for the evening? No?
We can finish this. Trust me.
Mike, we discussed this yesterday.
Trust me.
Oh, really?
We're gonna get in there. Oh, you guys beat my dungeon. Take the pieces you need. Alright.
Let's see what's in there.
15 to check for traps as we walk through the spider web.
As you're walking through the spider webs, you do not see any traps. There's actually multiple layers of this web, until at last you are standing in a moderately sized room that actually has a throne facing a couple of chairs, stone chairs, with a low table laid out. So it's actually like the size of, I guess, a bed, like a queen-size bed, low table, with chairs facing it. Strewn about on this table, there are actually silk blankets, pillows, sheets, so it is actually a bed. And sitting in the throne, you actually see a silver-haired, gray-skinned drow woman wearing very slim clothing, very revealing. And she is sitting there with these red eyes, her legs slightly crossed, and imbued on her forearms is not, it's essentially what you could identify as Thralstay markings on both of her arms that go up to her biceps, on her chest, up her neck, and slightly on her face. And you can identify it with any Thralstay as being Thralstay.
Holy shit, she has a spider on her chest. That's just like my friend Raul.
Would it be history, religion, or nature to identify her?
Identify her what?
Who she is?
Religion. Or history.
Like this one, Raul.
I like Raul.
27.
You've seen pictures of her in books that describe the goddess Lolth.
Okay, I will whisper to my comrades. I believe that to be Lolth, the Spider Queen.
Do you think we are worthy, having passed through this dungeon?
I'm a little frightened being the current Spider Prince, to be honest with you.
As you step in and you see her, none of you were really stealthing, so she did immediately notice you. And she sits there, kind of cross-legged, with one leg kind of gently bouncing over the other.
How many legs does she have?
From what you see, she just has the 2 legs. And she actually gestures to the chairs, the stone chairs that are facing that bed.
I saunter up to one and check to see if it's trapped in any way.
Okay.
She seems quite inviting. 22.
Does not appear trapped in any way.
I will
Take a seat.
I will walk over and give a bow before sitting down.
Nice. When you do bow, she gives you this like little curt smile. Barrett.
I'm just gonna sit.
She gives you a look.
I'm gonna look at her back.
I guess I gotta look it up. Do any of you speak Primordial?
No.
No.
Stein can.
Damn it, Stein. Where are you right now?
Deep speech.
I'm not allowed to play Stein apparently.
I speak spider.
Actually, you know what that might do?
I am the Spider Prince.
That's not what she
I'm
would
sure
have
she
originally.
speaks fucking common.
In common, she will say, "You have all been in my dungeon and survived. Although watching your friends was a bit upsetting. I'm sorry for your loss."
We thank you for your condolences. And it is unfortunate that we could all not survive your dungeon.
Indeed.
It was upsetting. And believe me, it takes nothing but a great character to make it through here. Great prowess. She looks back at you. I know you did not come here for nothing. Why did you venture here?
We were brought here because we were following the drag marks of a young man named Icarus and his father Daedalus.
So you were looking for Icarus and Daedalus, then? They are still alive, and surely, having overcome my dungeon, I can release them to you. Is that all you had come for?
May I ask why you took them?
My people need to eat, and we often capture wanderers abyss the forest. He's just an old man with a child. Very easy to take. It's not...
But his brain, his smarts. They must have come in handy down here in this dungeon. He is one of the wisest above ground, as I hear tell.
Below ground, even his elven eyes fail to see in the dark. Believe me, down here, it is about survival, not about being intuitive. If you are but a man in a dark place, you will not survive long. Except for you. Somehow the three of you were able to best the Spider Prince. She looks back at you, Regdar. And the Gauntlet, as well as my drow. Most impressive. Daedalus and Icarus shall be yours. I shall release them to you.
We also read on the inscription to the entrance here. I forget what the inscription said. Behold the cursed resting of the dark elves. Here they are damned. Shun the Maker in birthing the drow, bound with the mark.
Yes, I am bound to this place. The Maker himself has cursed me to stay here, with nothing but my drow and spiders to keep me company, which is enough, but I still admire when the adventurer comes down here seeking treasure and other worldly possessions that are irrelevant to survival. Still, I feel as if you emphasized Mark a bit more than the others.
Well, I have noticed that you are marked with Thrallstay.
That is correct. I hold the mark of Lyushian, and it too has been bound here with me. If only there was someone worthy to carry it away. Perhaps someone who is also the Prince of Spiders.
Well, perhaps I can prove worthy to carry this mark and relieve you of this curse.
You have already proven worthy of a gift. To be proven worthy of the mark and for me to give it to you, it will take, well, and she looks at the bed.
Go on.
She steps down off her throne, goes over to the bed and lays down seductively.
Oh, let's continue playing this game. So there's a fucking sex scene too.
I will give you the mark, but you will have to do something with me. Being the champion and the Prince of Spiders, you will have to mate with me.
Done.
And be it as I am a deity and you are a champion, the birthright to our child shall be mine. And there must be witnesses to this conception.
I kick my feet up on the edge of the bed. And... Right,
So be it.
Okay, you can climb on in.
All right.
Ready.
I mean, I'm a champion too. Just saying.
Woo! 39.
Okay. I won't get into the detail of it, but she does actually have 8 limbs, which you find out. They're not, like, always there. It's something that she can kind of summon. So, you guys have a great time. It's amazing for both of you. She has a great time with you. And during the process, and Peleus, you watched the whole thing, you could see some freaky stuff going on. Like, there's webbing shooting out, there's somebody's upside down, somebody's on the ceiling.
Some beard tussle.
Doesn't that hurt your back?
I'm a lot more vigorous than I look.
He is a spry old man.
During the mating, there is actually, you could see the mark fading from Lulth and becoming bound to Regdar. And you see, eventually, his hands, arms, chest, his whole body is covered with these marks of Lyusian, and you could just write, and I'll draw up stats for it. You have the mark of Lyusian. And after the process is done, she pulls on her revealing robes again. I am still bound to this place, but you may return anytime you wish.
After a night like tonight, I might come back again.
Yeah. From what I saw, I challenge you not to come back.
Do you have a name for our child?
Bontor.
Very well. So he shall be called Bontor. And of you, champion, Peleus, what shall your reward be for bearing my dungeon?
I know not what to ask.
Daedalus and Icarus are yours. That is without saying. Is there
I
any?
was mostly concerned for both of their lives.
Then you shall have them. And as for you, human hero, what of your reward for besting my dungeon?
Nothing.
So be it. Worthy adventurer, you need not rewards or gifts or treasures.
What?
So, worthy adventurer, you need not treasures or gifts.
No, I don't need anything from you.
So be it then.
This Barrett's gonna die next session anyway.
You are free to leave. You will find no more closed doors here. And do feel free to venture back to meet Bontor.
Thank you.
She bows and
Thank
gives
you,
you
boss.
another little curt smile. Just gonna change up the music. You guys step back outside. It is just about nightfall. And there is your cart with Mac still sitting in it. Looks as if he's been fairly worried this whole time. He is waiting there. He's already kind of pulled some of your tent gear down because he must have thought you guys were coming back sooner. And he must have slept under the cart the night prior because you guys have been down here for a very long time. Veliana and Etienne come stumbling up after you. I guess that's it. You guys didn't leave anybody out here other than Mac. We will stop there for tonight, and that concludes Season 4, Episode 21, Pandora's Gauntlet, The Birth of the Spider Prince.
Woo!
Yeah!
Great success.
Nicely done.